original problems that you and I solved was on the attribution piece. And when we were going through it, you had a lot of feedback and thoughts around how you would solve it. And that gave us a ton of insight on how we solve it here at Clearbit. But I'd love to hear your thoughts around attribution in general and how you've seen it solved.
Yeah, this definitely feels like a topic that comes up everywhere. And there is not an agreed upon, one way to do it, right? I can definitely burst anyone's bubble who thinks like, there's the one correct way to do attribution.
It's the only thing that's agreed upon.
Right. And so one of the things that I think I always advocate is a lot of the kind of the way I think about empowering people in a company is to not try to solve and simplify every problem at the core of the company. So in some ways, I think what we did, and then I had seen at other companies, was to say, why don't we join as much data as we can together to create a stream of what occurred, rather than say we will always get it just right and like, it's a single touch attribution, right? It's a this multi-touch attribution with this exact coefficient. I think there's so much power in getting every touch point aggregated and then exposing that to the various teams. And you can always delay how you want to do compensation, how you want to resolve things at the board meeting level between the marketing team and the sales team. And I have found that most people just don't have all of the touch points sitting next to each other. And so that's what I think that's where you and I spent a bunch of time, and where I think I've helped most other companies spend time on this, is getting various kinds of events, whether that's product activity, marketing activity, or sales activity, in one stream, in one timeline. And then you can kind of make decisions. I don't think I have yet to come up with the answer for like, last touch attribution versus first touch attribution versus, mixed coefficients. I've definitely seen all of the above. But I do think you get way more bang for the buck in a let's say a sales conversation or in a sales tool if you know that all these touches have occurred. And I think the bigger point is that no one knows, and people look at it later on. And so I think that's where I tend to put my focus, is like, it would help a salesperson in a deal know that this nurture email just came through, or that they just did this activity in the product and it was prompted by an in-app message, right? That is useful. Otherwise, you're sending stupid messages. And I'm trying to fight. I think my broader mission is to kind of fight against companies sending naive messages like, hey, how you doing? Like, have you thought about using this feature? And it's like, I am using this feature. Have you heard of this feature? Yeah, I just got an email about this feature. Like, I'm trying to reduce that in a way, and have people spend more time on what is unique in every situation.